Hello guys and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be delving into an honest review on NUCLEAR INTRA by Peak Performance Labs. And you may or may not know we've reviewed all of their other stuff, you know, their nuclear pump, their nuclear pre, their nuclear power. We hold them in very high regard on the channel. You know, they're pumping out premium products at really good prices. Highly recommend them. How is a NUCLEAR INTRA going to stack up in their lineup? As we cover the usuals, the taste, the price, the label, the effects, all coming at you. And if you're new here, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, tick the bell icon, and let us know what you think of this product. Cheers, guys. We move into that first segment, the taste and the mixability. We've got lemonade flavour, which I believe is the only flavour, but they may release more down the line, so keep your eyes peeled. But you may argue that this is the only flavour you're going to need, because I'm going to cut to the chase. 10 out of 10. Nicest intra workout I've ever had. Hell, it might be the nicest supplement I've ever had. So let's take a look anyway. So bearing in mind, I've just chucked in a couple of scoops, giving it a very quick swirl. Mixability is surprisingly good when we get into the packed label. Check out that. Had no issues, you know, there's no bits sitting at the bottom, none of that nastiness, no chalkiness to it, nothing like that. But anyway, enough talk, let's give it a taste on camera. It's nice, it's just so good. It's just so good. It's like a ice cream, it's like a lemon ice cream. That's the best way I can explain it. It doesn't actually taste like lemonade out, you know, your typical lemonade. It literally does taste like lemon ice cream or lemon sorbet. I don't know if you guys have tried that, but that's the closest I can liken it to. And yeah, it's just so good. It's one of those ones that nails that sweet spot where it's not excessively potent tasting to the point where it's nice initially, then you get sick of it, and it's also not super boring, so you're like, you just can't be arsed with it. It's in that middle point where it's like nice and consistently nice. Like, I've been drinking this for the last couple of months. I'm down to my last scoop or two, I think, in this one, so they kindly sent us down another fresh tub. Good stuff. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, obviously. Let's move on. So if you want to pick this up or any Peak Performance Labs products, head over to peakperformance.ca. They are a Canadian company where you can use our discount code RB10 or ReviewBros10. I think either works, and it will knock off 10% off any product you desire. Bringing the price of this one down to £36.09 or £1.80 a go, which, you know, we haven't got a scale for intra workouts, so we can't really say it comes to this out of 10. But I will say that when you look at the label, you know, the flavour, the effects, everything, I really do think it's very, very well priced, and you could easily argue that you don't even need the full 2 scoops, but we'll get into all of that. Do with that what you will on the price front, but we personally think it is worth that price. Okay, so we move into the stacked label. Potentially the reason you'll buy this, apart from the flavour, you know, you could argue that flavour matters a lot more in intra workouts versus pre-workouts, because obviously you just neck a pre-workout, whereas this you'll be sipping on through your training. So yes, flavour is more important, and it does taste banging, but the effects obviously are very important as well. You don't want to just be sipping on any old crap, do you? You want it to be beneficial for you. So let's get into it. So 2 scoops, 36 grams, wowzers. So first up, it's worth noting that there are 80 calories in the full serving of this, the 2 scoops. So if you are on a very strict cutting diet for a photo shoot, for a show, it might be something to just bear in mind. You know, maybe you want to do half a scoop, maybe you want to do an extra, you know, couple of minutes on your cardio to knock that off, but just something to be aware of. But I think that most people won't care about 80 calories, let's face it. So let's move down. So what have we got? Total carbohydrates, 20 grams. We'll get onto them later on. So we've got some minerals and electrolytes up the top, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium. It's all going to help with the blood flow, the contractions, the general functions of the body, getting your muscles firing. So then we move down to carbohydrate blend, highly branched cyclic dextrin 10 grams and maltodextrin 10 grams, which is obviously the 20 grams previously mentioned. Now they are very fancy pants forms of carbs that are easily absorbed by the body, so it's not going to sit on your stomach, give you indigestion, make you feel rough. Obviously you don't want that whilst you're training, so it's just as well it don't do it. It's going to be uptaken by the body very easily, very effectively, and drip feeds you with energy through your workout, and a natural form of energy as well. We're not talking stimulants, we're not talking getting off your head here, we're talking some real actual useful ingredients that are going to help you with your performance and your energy levels. And then we move down to the branched chain amino acid blend and the essential amino acid blend. So we've got a full coverage here all at very good dosages. So as you may or may not know, essential amino acids are the ones that your body doesn't produce naturally, so you need to get them from diet or supplementation, but they're going to help with tissue repair, protein synthesis, recovery, endurance. So they're typically the reason you might buy an intra workout. Anything else on top of your essential amino acids is just a bonus. And then we move down to the final blend here, which is the performance pump blend, where we've got ornithine HCl at 2 grams, which is a decent dose. It's kind of similar to betaine and hydrous in the sense of it primarily helps with your athletic performance and endurance. Then we move down to L-carnitine, L-tartrate at 1 gram, which is a decent dose. That's going to help your body to use fat cells as energy, natural energy production, some cognitive benefits as well, and help against fatigue. So it's a nice, again, a bit of a jack of all trades ingredient, you could argue. Then we've got agmatine sulfate, we're at 500 milligrams. In pre-workouts, you normally like to see at 1 gram to 1.5 grams, but we're talking intra-workout dosages here. You don't really want a lot of it in here, because if you take a pre-workout that's got a lot of it in it, and then you take this, which has got a fully dosed amount of it in it as well, it could cause a bit of upset in your body. So this is just more of a top-up scenario slash little cherry on the top sort of dose, but it's still a decent dose nonetheless. It's not bad at all by any means. So that's going to help boost up nitric oxide levels, help with your blood flow, and it's going to help pumps to last longer as well. So yeah, it's good to sit in there nonetheless. Then we move down to coconut water powder, 100 milligrams, which I guess you could argue could fall into the blend up the top, where I mentioned that it's going to help with contractions, hydration, fire in the muscles. So a very comprehensive label here. Probably the best one we've seen from an intra workout, or at the very least in our top 3. So it's not to be slept on. How did we find it in the times we've used it when we ran through this tub here? Let's get into it. Okay, effects section with NUCLEAR INTRA by Peak Performance Labs. How does it stack up against all their other products? Well, it's going to be a bit of a different effects section to normal, because obviously it's not a pre-workout, so we can't cover the traditional things that we normally would. But what I will say is we went through an entire tub of this bad boy, and we've got a fresh one here. So we obviously like it enough to use it and get through an entire tub. So that should speak volumes right off the bat. So what I'll say is you can use it any time of day. You can use it during the day, whilst you're at work, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, post-workout, pre-workout. But intra-workout probably is the key time to use it, which myself and Aaron did, because a lot of those ingredients in there are designed to help you specifically during your workout, with the endurance side of things, the anti-fatigue and the pumps and all the rest of it really. So what I will say as well, I'm just going to touch on this, but intra-workout, like I mentioned before, taste is very important, and you know what, they've really done fantastically well here with the taste. Like I said before, 10 out of 10, so it's one that I keep reaching for in my gym bag, not necessarily because I want the effects from it, but because it just tastes so good, and then the effects are a bonus. So look at it whatever way you want. Are you going to take it for the banging effects because of the label, or are you going to take it for the taste? I think that here, you've got both of those things coming together. So it is the perfect intra workout in that sense. You see a lot of intra workouts that have got really basic underdose labels, but they taste banging. And on the other hand, you get some intra workouts that have really good labels, but taste horrible. So I think they've hit the nail on the head here, where they're nailing the label and the taste, and even the price. I think it's very well priced. But anyway, I'm getting off subject a little bit here. So let's get back on track with the effects. So why are we training, guys? Why are we in the gym? It's to build muscle. It even says on here, strength, performance, recovery, and muscle growth. And these are all things that this product's going to help with. It's going to help you make gains more than pre-workouts do. Like, that sounds weird to say, because I know that everyone loves pre-workouts. Not many people pay attention to intra-workouts, but ironically, intra-workouts are the things that are actually going to benefit your body right there in the session and after the training when it comes to the recovery side of things. So if you are someone that takes training seriously, or even, you're just starting out in the gym, seriously consider NUCLEAR INTRA or any intra workout. What I would say though is obviously make sure your diet and training is also on point. This is going to be like a scenario where it's a bit of a cherry on the top. So, if those things aren't on point and you take this expecting to suddenly be Superman in the gym, then it might not work out like that. So you want to be nailing all of those factors and then introducing this bad boy. And I have actually stacked this with their Nuclear Pre and their Nuclear Power, and let me tell you, it's a force to be reckoned with. It's probably the closest thing you can do to taking steroids without actually taking steroids. Like, it's the ultimate natty stack, shall we say. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I definitely found it noticeable as to whether I was taking it or not. Don't get me wrong, like not absolutely night and day. It's not like I couldn't train and I was a wally and I couldn't get pumps without this, but with this I definitely felt more endurance, I felt better pumps. It just gave me that edge, and and the fact it tastes so good, I felt I was drinking more as well, so I was staying more hydrated, which is obviously another very important thing you need to do whilst you're training. So I really can't say a bad word about it, guys. Like, genuinely I can't. Like, if you're in the market for an intra-workout, please do give this one a look. And like I said, if you're combining it with their other products, then you're on to a winner. Some of the nastiest pumps and training sessions I've ever got have been when I've been taking Peak Performance, their pre-workout, their Nuclear Power, and this. Like, hand on heart, I swear on my life, like in the top 3 nastiest, brutal, savage, horrible, painful pumps I've ever got, it's been on those products. So they do make some genuinely savage products, and they're ones that are obviously going to aid your journey in fitness and to making gains. So yeah, I can't really say much more than that. Let us know what you think down in the comments section, and as always, stay gaining.